pipe hitter, contributor to community, wrote a book. Like, he's just a leading, figure for good, and then he offs himself, right? And so it's like, we combine that with moral injury, post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury is another big one, and all these different things, but it just still happens, right? And what we found is that sleep is a critical factor in the entire health continuum. In the military, we have two things that cause us to be in a hypervigilant state in perpetuity, right? One is attention to detail, and the other one is situational awareness. So how do you turn that off when it's time to go to sleep? Okay, so I went through BUDS. I made it to SEAL Team 7. They instantly gave me the automatic weapon, right? Actually, I brought a kit with me. So this is an example of a plate carrier, right? And this is not one that I use, but it is similar. Now, I don't have plates in here. This is just like the Rogue Fitness, the weights for doing running and pull-ups. Whenever I travel, sometimes they don't like it when I bring body armor with me. Like, what are you doing? Anyways, so we had a saying in the teams, this is the slickest you're ever going to be, right? And I remember being in third phase of BUDS and thinking, Jesus, this is heavy, right? I'm wearing this and I have to go run over there, do pull-ups. It's like, I can barely breathe with this thing on. This is really too much. Little did I know that when I arrived at the SEAL team, I would be given the Mark 48 machine gun, which out the door with an ACOG and 100 round belt inserted into the, sometimes it's 200, into the gun, you're talking like 35 pounds and then 7 pounds per 100 round belt. And you carry as many as you can possibly carry, so we got all that. And that's my primary weapon. We still got comms, we still got, maybe we're doing, when I was leaving, we're doing a second comms for wave relay. We got, my secondary SIG. We've got, and for the ADUB, I got to have extra parts. I got to have CLP, lubricant. So what I'm describing is, well over 100 pounds of weight that I'm carrying with me. So I'm carrying a lot of heavy gear, and I'm carrying the stress of this job and trying to perform. And in the SEAL teams, it was a wolf pack, right? Like, you got to perform. If you're not performing, they're just going to eat you alive. And the minute that you see weakness, they're going to pick it out, and it starts with the instructors, and then it bleeds off into the platoon, and they're just going to eat you alive, right? There's no room for weakness, right? So the last thing that we think about is self-care sometimes, right? It's like, well, am I getting enough sleep? Who cares, right? Am I eating right? Well, as long as I'm making my gains, we're good, right? But, drugs were acceptable, right? As long as it's human performance enhancing. And so one of my buddies, Ryan Larkin, so he was with me at SEAL Team 7, fell into this trap of using sedatives to go to sleep. They gave us Ambien like it was candy. But then also maybe mix in a little bit of alcohol because it feels good and it gets you to sleep faster. But then also found himself needing stimulants to wake up because he's not getting the sleep that he needs, because we all know that sedative-induced sleep is not real sleep. It'll trigger unconsciousness faster, but it deprecates every type of sleep that is going on, right? And the drugs admittedly have gotten better, but it's still bad stuff, right?